Hey friends, my name is Antonisha and I'm a staff writer here at the Daily Grace Co. Listen, I want to chat a little bit today about body image. So this can be a tough topic, right? I know it has been for me. So maybe pause this, take a deep breath, grab a cup of coffee, meet me back here. So there are so many conflicting messages out in the world about how we should think about our bodies. On one side, we're told to hate our bodies if they're too small or too big. And then on the other side, we're told to accept our bodies no matter what. So what's true? And as Christians, how does our faith inform the way we think about our bodies? Remember that when God sent the prophet Samuel to anoint a new king from one of Jesse's sons, the Lord chose David. God did not choose any of Jesse's other sons, but he chose David. He wasn't the most handsome or the strongest, but David was a man after God's own heart. God's concern is not necessarily what our bodies look like, but what's going on in our hearts. However, what's going on with our bodies on the outside can be an indicator of what's going on the inside. If there's excess or too little weight on our bodies, it could be an indicator of food idolatry in our lives, or maybe we're not consuming enough food because we're afraid of gaining weight. Maybe we're consuming too much food because we're trying to fill a void or soothe an ache or desire within us. In these cases, we honor the Lord with our bodies by examining our relationship with food. Have we given food more power in our lives than we've given God? Are we allowing food to rule our behavior and our attitude? This type of idolatry calls for repentance through seeking God and seeking family and friends and professionals to help us through our struggles with food. But too little or too much weight on our bodies could also indicate sickness, a hormonal imbalance, or a chronic illness, or another issue with our health. In this case, we honor the Lord by going to a doctor and doing what it takes to get better. Romans 12:1 teaches us that in view of God's mercy and goodness, to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice to God. Our bodies are the vessels through which we worship God. They're not symbols of status, wealth, or health, especially for followers of Jesus. God has ordained our bodies so that we can serve Him. So what do you think about when you think about your body? Do you think of it primarily as something that you need to improve? Or are you working out simply because you want to look better? Or are your health goals motivated by gaining strength, ability, and longevity to worship and serve the Lord? When you think about food, are you being overly restrictive or overindulgent? Examine your heart. Ask the Lord to reveal your motivations behind the way you think about and treat your body. I want you to know that the nagging and shaming voice you hear telling you that your body is wrong or too much or not enough is not from God. Maybe in the past you've struggled with body image. People may have been insensitive or made insensitive comments or misunderstood what was actually going on with you and your health. But remember, more than anything, God desires not perfect bodies, but hearts that are pure before Him. Jesus paid a high price to redeem us, body and spirit. Therefore, our bodies do not ultimately belong to us. They belong to Him. God desires that in whatever we do, we honor Him with our bodies.